Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm so excited to show you a recipe of one of my latest obsessions, apple pie. Yes, I love this and it's so tasty. So come along, let me show you how I make it. Over here I have some flour. I'm going to add some powdered sugar, some salt, and I'm going to mix that up. Once that's done, I'm going to work on the butter. So I have some cold butter here. I chop it up, I add it to the flour and other dry ingredients, and then with clean hands I'm going to mix that up very well. If your mixture is looking like this at this point, you have made progress. So we can go ahead and add a couple of tablespoons of water to this mixture to form our dough. And guys, don't forget to check out the description box because I have all the ingredients and their respective measurements written down there. And here our dough has been formed. You don't overmix this, and I'm going to put it into 2 portions, put it in a cling film, and then pop that into the fridge for 30 minutes. But before it goes into the fridge, I flatten it up a little bit to make it easier for me to roll it later on. Now for our filling, I'll be using some honey crisp apples, some nutmeg, ground cinnamon, granulated sugar, lemon juice, and some butter. First things first, you're gonna peel all the apples. Peel till it's all done. Okay, there it is. And now we chop it up into little chunks, bite sizes, and that's all done. Right after that, you add your sugar, 1 cup of sugar, some lemon juice, and you mix that up. You don't have to do too much mixing here, just make sure the apples are well coated with the sugar. And now I add some cinnamon and I add some whole nutmeg, which I just grate into that. And I mix that up. You take it to the stove, melt your butter, add your apple mixture. And guys, this smells good, like nutmeg and cinnamon together with apples smells heavenly. I will now be adding some cornstarch to the apple mixture, and this is going to thicken up the juices from the apples. Okay, and this is very important because we don't want to end up having a soggy apple pie, so don't skip that step. Okay, so at this point I'm going to get my apples off. It's not too soft and it's not too hard. I just have it in between because I want to chew on some apples when I'm having my pie. Okay, it's nicer that way, well, in my opinion. So I'm going to take out some of those juices. I'm going to strain the juices out, and I'm going to put that back on the stove and let it thicken up a little bit more. See, you can tell that this is thicker. Okay, so I let all that cool down, and once that sauce is cooled down, I'm going to add it back to the apples, but not everything because it's a bit too much for me. I just add a little bit to give it that nice cinnamon nutmeg flavor. Okay, and now that that's done, we just put it aside, let it cool down completely, and I'm going to work on my dough, my pie crust. And this is very cold now, so it can easily break, but that's fine. Once it breaks, just put it back together. See, like this. So I'm going to flatten this, but not too flat, maybe a few millimeters thick. I will then use my rolling pin to pick this rolled out pie crust up because it's very fragile, and this is the safest way to do it. And that's just going to go directly onto my pie dish. Then I use my knuckles to push that in and to kind of get it flat. And I cut off the excess. I don't cut off too much because I'll need it later on, so I cut off just a little bit. And now I'm working on the rest of the crust, the second half of it, and this we'll use later in the video. I'll show you. Using a fork, I will create some perforations on my pie crust, and this is going to allow it to cook evenly, hence you wouldn't have one part being soggy and the other side of it being crisp. So once those holes have been perforated, I put in the apples and I try to get it level. Okay, so for the strips we cut up earlier, first thing we are going to do is arrange them parallel to each other and then go perpendicular. Then you pick up every other strip, lift it over and put one beneath it. See, that's how we do it. Just, you can slow down the video and just try to get the pattern, but it's very easy. You'll be able to do it like a pro in no time. There goes my very last strip. And once that's done, I'm going to tuck the excess pie crust from the base back in just to hold it all together and make it look a bit more prettier. Just before this good looking pie goes into the oven, I'm going to brush it with some egg wash and sprinkle some cinnamon sugar over it. After 50 minutes and baking at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius, this is our beautiful result. And guys, this pie was so delicious, it was so good. Okay, so yeah, you better give it a try and there will be no going back after that. I'm going to cut myself some pie, top it up with some ice cream and have myself a good time. I have such a sweet tooth. Please do leave some feedback, suggestions or any contributions you have in the comment section. I'll be looking out for those, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much, and do have yourselves a very good day.